All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Chaos Zero Nightmare video. I think I might have unlocked the potential when it comes to Tressa. I want to do a simple guide, break her down for you guys, and show you the type of deck that I recently put together that makes Tressa feel, arguably in my opinion, like a secret 5-star. I'm not even being hyperbolic on that one. She is performing incredibly well with this deck that I put together. So we're going to go ahead and do a simple guide on her, as well as do a breakdown and highlight the cards and the deck that I put together. And if you want to copy it, of course, you certainly can. So I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, drop a like, sub if you're new, especially if you get some value from it. Join the FBG fam. I would love to have you stick around. We're going to be doing extensive CZN content here on the channel, highlighting other characters as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into it. So Tressa is a DOT character, which is a damage over time character. Her whole gameplay is going to be centered around applying agony onto the enemy and creating shadow dagger cards. So the agony is what's going to be the DOT, and that's what's going to pop after your turn is done, and that's where you're going to be able to see massive amount of damage, especially with this deck. Right now, this is my Tressa, currently level 30. I'm a little behind because I had to work the last 2 days. I worked 12-hour shifts, and when I work, it's hard for me to play the game, but I'm going to be playing catch up this weekend. As you can see, my TB and stats. We go over to partners. I have the most basic partner on her, and she's still performing incredibly well. We go over to potential. Here's the potential, pretty bare bones, right? Manifest ego, I have her E3. Is that what we're calling it? Her egos are decent, but I think the best one is going to be the E2 right here. Now, with her being a 4-star and a free-to-play one at that you obtain for free, I'd imagine you may have some copies of her already. If not, I'm sure you will get some copies of her. Moving over to what you're all here for, which is the deck itself, and I'm going to talk about the team that I have her in also, that I believe allows her to really fill out her potential and perform really well also because of the synergy. Anyways, here's the most recent deck that I got, and once again, I think this deck is incredibly strong for Tressa, and I think Tressa just in general is an incredibly strong character. You should definitely be building her up, in my opinion. Now, we have to talk about the equipment first, because this foggy crystal ball that I obtained is incredibly good for Tressa. I've said incredibly a lot. Anyways, 40% damage for attack cards with cost 0. Why this is so good is because, once again, her whole gameplay is centered around getting shadow dagger cards. Well, her shadow dagger cards are an attack card that costs 0. This is also another thing with Tressa that I really like, is she's very AP efficient. She's not hungry for AP. A lot of her cards are 0 or 1 cost, so that makes her, once again, another character that can fit on a lot of different teams. Because if you have an AP hungry combatant, that's perfectly fine, because Tressa doesn't need it, right? Especially with those shadow dagger cards. Anyways, moving on to the other equipment. Shield of the Watcher when taking damage, 1 mark on the attacker, and then the other one right here, Heart of Gold. Those are the equipments. Once again, the MVP is this foggy crystal ball. Incredible for her. I think very synergistic. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck at this time. Now, of course, we have the basic card Dagger Throw. Now, the thing is that this is going to apply to agony. Once again, the agony is what we're looking for, because at turn end, deal fixed DOT equal to the amount of pain 50%. Upon effect, reduce pain by 1. So basically, when the turn's over, we're popping the DOTs, and so we're trying to stack this agony up as much as possible. And with this deck, we're certainly doing that. Moving over to the next card, which is just a heal card, so we're gonna pass that up. The next card, the real next card, is Unsheath Dagger. Now, this is an incredible card because it's gonna create 2 shadow daggers, and we're gonna get +3 agony effect to created shadow daggers. So you can see we have 2 with the +3. This agony is gonna be 5. We're stacking them up pretty well at this point, right? Now, moving over to the next card, Shadow Reload. This is really the highlight, right? The MVP, in my opinion, of this deck. And the reason being is because you're going to discard all cards and create shadow daggers equal to that number. Now, this is very important with the partner or the team that we put her with, because the combatant that we put her with is able to provide or generate a lot of cards. Anyways, we'll get to that here in just a moment. But all the cards that we have in our deck, we're going to discard them and create shadow daggers, which is incredible, right? Moving on to the next card, which is going to be Curse Gouge. This is a very strong card because it's going to provide 2 agony imprint and 2 weaken. So the weaken minus 25% damage, and then the agony imprint, when agony is gained, gain an additional agony 2. So this is a very good card. 0 cost as well. Very AP efficient. Good skill card. Moving over to Curse. I like this one as well. 1 AP cost, 4 times 2 agony to random enemies, and we get to draw a card. Now, this is also a lead card. Keep that in mind. So at the start of turn, 50% chance to reduce this card's cost by 1. I've gotten this card to be 0 cost many a time. So this is an incredibly strong card to go ahead and put in the deck, and I think it is very synergistic with the rest of them. Moving over to Vital Attack. This is our hard hitting card. It's a 2 cost. This one is where we're going to pop a lot of damage. So 85% times 3 damage for 1 turn, plus 50% agony damage. Always attack weakness, which is really good. So attack weakness when attacking a monster with weakness attribute, damage increase, tenacity decreases further. So we're just going to be able to do tons of more damage. And then once again, we got agony. It's pretty insane, right? And then this is also tenacity. So really strong card in my opinion. And then Unsheath Dagger creates 2 shadow daggers plus 3 agony effect to create a shadow dagger, and we get to draw a card. Now I have 2 of these in my deck, and very strong to have 2 of these in my opinion. Once again, creating the shadow daggers, once again plus 3 on it. So we're just doing a lot of agony. So with these cards together, how this essentially works is that all of these cards, or at least most of them, are allowing us to generate shadow daggers. All of them are applying agony, and the DOT pop is insane, right? Now the team that I have her on, which hopefully I have some gameplay in the background for you, is a team consisting of her, Lucas, and Mika. Now of course everybody knows about Mika. I think Mika is arguably the best character in the game, but that is a topic for another video. Mika providing heals, consistent AP. Obviously Mika's really good, but Lucas, the reason why I have Lucas on the team is because the deck that I have put together for him, there's a specific card where it creates 5 launcher bullets. So essentially it just generates 5 cards for me on top of whatever cards I already have in the deck. So I can have up to 7 or 8 cards in my hand. And then I use that 1 card from Tressa, where Shadow Reload, where I then change them all to Shadow Daggers. So you can see how that can get pretty nutty, right? Also, what Lucas is able to do is with one of those launcher bullets, they apply agony. So we're getting even more agony. He also has a lot of AoE and additional attacks that he can do. So Lucas, in my opinion, is a very synergistic combatant to be with Tressa. And the team just, it works. For whatever reason, it works. You would never have guessed, but it does. So I really like this team together. But Tressa with this deck is an incredible character, an incredible combatant, and she's doing really well. And so I just wanted to go ahead and highlight her and highlight this deck and kind of show the gameplay that I have. And you can see for yourself how well she's doing. I haven't really ran into any content with her where she's struggling, because the DOT is just, it's too insane, right? It's too much damage over time. When it pops, when you have everything set up, it's pretty incredible to see. So anyways, just a quick video on Tressa. Just want to go ahead and highlight her, highlight the deck. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. And obviously we still need to work on memory fragments and all of that, but this is kind of base of what we have currently for her. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I do truly appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name's Cody. Call me further. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.